charity shop town review. And this week we're in Whitstable, which is located in the southeast of England on the north coast of Kent. In Whitstable there were 5 different charity shops, which means it is currently top of the list, but that also means it's bottom of the list because it has no competition at the moment, but very soon it will have some. But the first shop we hit in Whitstable was this Red Cross shop. Red Cross shops normally don't really come through for me. Normally they're pretty dry anytime I've ever hit a Red Cross shop, but pretty much I entered the shop and I was pretty baffled by the layout. As soon as you walk in, the shop looked tiny, but then there was that little side room and I kind of thought, oh, it's got a little bit bigger, but it was just full of women's wear. But then I think the woman behind the counter clocked that I was lost and kind of pointed me towards the back. I wasn't going to go towards the back because I thought that was like the staff only area. And then I followed it through and it literally went into like a conservatory room. I was so confused. I was like, why is that? It looked like a house. This is hands down one of the weirdest charity shop layouts I've ever been in. It was literally like someone converted a house into a charity shop and just didn't change any of the layout. But once we finally actually found the men's section, I started going through all the stock and there was literally nothing there. The men's section was pretty lacking in quality of stock and as well just stock in general. There was barely any of it. They had a little sale section though that I went through. It had like a weird like army kind of jacket. I was very tempted to pick it up. I didn't in the end, so we had no success for that shop, so we just cut out of there. Oh, what am I sitting on? It's a like button. If you haven't already clicked the like button for this video, please do it. It'd be so appreciated. And as well, while you're there, if you could click this one for me, it'd be much appreciated once again. But our second shop that we hit was this RFPCA shop, which we got shouted at as soon as we walked into the shop. Not gonna lie, it was kind of my fault. The arrow on the floor couldn't have been any more blatant or any bigger directing me to what way we were going. This RFPCA shop had the smallest men's section I've ever seen. It probably had about 20 to 30 items max, which was a little bit disappointing because normally when I see an RFPCA shop I get quite gassed because they're normally the best ones for me. Even though the stock was lacking, there was this Fred Perry polo shirt that I did heavily consider picking up. The only thing that put me off was that it was a staggering £5. I know £5 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're only going to be selling that for 10, you're going to be making £2 max off of that. If it was £2 or £3, I would have 100% without a doubt have picked this up, but for £5, I gave that a hard miss. But once again, another weird layout for the shop, and once again, another dead selection of stock, so we cut out of there pretty quick as well. On the walk round, we took a little pit stop in the Co-op. I got a malt loaf. If you ever get a meal deal, get yourself some malt loaf. It's a game changer. It's a bit strange at first, but you'll adapt. It's peng, trust me. I was considering getting the CoOp vegan cookies, which if you haven't tried are peng, but I resisted. But after that, we hit the Demelza shop. Demelza shops, once again, don't normally come through for me, but it's always worth a look. I had to wait outside for so long for this shop. I don't get it. It seems that only charity shops are the only shops you have to wait outside for now. Every time I go out, you can go in any shop. You won't have to queue, but the charity shops, there you are, stood there for 15 minutes waiting to go in. This one was arguably the worst charity shop out of all the charity shops. There was literally nothing even worth considering in this shop. There were these Harley Davidson shoe things that I did consider picking up, but they didn't have laces in them, and as well I thought they were just going to be a waste of time. But once again, we cut out of this shop pretty quick. After my malt loaf, I was still a little bit hungry, so we headed down to the beachfront to this fresh fish shop, and I thought, oh, it's all fresh fish, so I'll grab myself a crab sandwich. It's going to be fresh. I'm going to get actual crab. It's £4, it must be. I ended up getting a crab paste sandwich. I was so annoyed for £4 crab paste, so that's going to bring down Whitstable's overall rating. After that, we hit this cancer research shop. Cancer research shops normally do end up coming through for me. Most of the time when I go in there, I normally end up coming away with something, but in here there was literally nothing. There was a bench t-shirt, but that was literally about it. I was going to pick up this bench t-shirt, but it was £5, and once again there's just no room for me to make any profit with that kind of money. And once again it had the tiniest little men's section that was all crammed in by the window, so once again we cut out of there. This was literally the quickest turnaround for any of these shops. I think we literally spent less than a minute in there. But then on to our last charity shop, which was a Sense charity shop. I don't think I've ever been in a Sense charity shop that I can remember. Not one comes to mind when I think about it, but once again it was another really strange layout for a shop. shop. It was like an L shape. And once again, to follow the trend for the rest of the charity shops, a tiny men's section that was crammed into the corner. But there was actually an item that I did consider picking up in this rugby t-shirt. You know it's got serious when I've actually taken it off the rail to have a closer look. But the only thing is, when I did take it off the rail to have a closer look, I discovered loads of little stains and marks that I just knew weren't going to come out in the wash. So I ended up putting it back. But the thing is, that was actually a good price as well. I think it was only like £2, so I was actually going to buy it if it didn't have any stains. So not going to lie, I was kind of gutted about that one. But apart from that, there was nothing really else like menswear in the shop. There was a lot of other things in the shop though. It was quite a wham shop. But for the stuff I was looking for, there was nothing at all really. So once again, we cut out of there pretty quickly. But that is all 5 shops. And unfortunately, we did not get any pickups, which I was very gutted about, to be honest. I thought I was at least going to come away with 2 or 3 items. But let's get into the overall rating for Whitstable. We're going to rate it over 5 different categories, which are coolness of the charity shops, the prices of the items, the stock that the charity shop had, parking, and as well the area. For the coolness of the charity shops, I've given it 8 out of 10 because they're all so weird and just like random shapes. I thought they were all quite cool. They all weren't just your average shop. For the pricings for the charity shops, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10 because they were all extremely pricey. Then for the stock the charity shops had, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 because I literally only found about 3 or 4 items that I'd even consider picking up. For the parking, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. They had a charity car park on the high street, which was amazing. And then for the area, I've given it an 8 out of 10. I really liked Whitstable. The only thing that brought down Whitstable's score was my £4 sandwich, which I got scammed on, which probably cost them about 50p to make, which I'm still angry about now. But overall, Whitstable gets a 30 out of 50. So once again, that puts it at the top of the list. Even though that is the first place to be on there, I think that could hold top for a little while. But that is the Whitstable charity shop town review. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop the video a like. It'd be so appreciated. Subscribe to my channel to help me hit 1k by the end of the year, and as well so you never miss content like this in the future. And as well, comment down below any videos you'd like to see in the future.